Hey guys, this is going to be the last part of my Gaspar Noe 3 review. And I'm going to be reviewing his new film that just came out. I just watched this a few nights ago. It's called Enter the Void. So you can tell this movie has a cover that's a lot more colorful than the other two movie covers. And the movie itself is very beautiful. Very nice special effects. There are a couple hallucination scenes as well as a couple of other scenes in the movie that I'll talk about. If you don't want to know anything about this movie, please do not watch this. When I do give spoilers, I will go like this, and then I will signal again when the spoilers are over by waving again. So that's how I'm going to do all my reviews. So this movie starts off with the main character, and I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I'm terrible with character names in movies. I mean, when it's a name like Alex or something like that, it's... Oh yeah, Oscar is his name. Oscar is his name. I'm sorry. That's a warning. And I'm terrible at pronouncing things. So it involves an American drug dealer who's living in Tokyo. His name's Oscar, and he's living with his sister. Forgot her name. And basically what happens is he gets a call from his friend, and he's like, "Hey, can you give me some shit?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you over there." And the friend made sure that he went to him. That's going to come into play. So he and his friend go over to this bar called The Void, and they're talking about this Tibetan Book of the Dead, about how they float around the world, they can enter people's dreams and stuff like that. And finally when he gets there, basically Victor betrays him, and the cops chase him into a bathroom, and while he's flushing his stash, he doesn't know what to say. He wants the cops to get away from him. He wants it all to be done. He says, "I have a gun." So what do you think happens? Boom. He gets shot in the chest and dies in a bathroom. What a glamorous way to die. Anyway, he starts floating around the world and is entering people's visions. So, I would say that, entering people's lives, I'd say. And some of their dreams as well. And we see why Victor betrayed him. And we see why he's where he's at. And his whole life, basically, and his sister's life a little bit too. I really enjoyed this movie. I would like to say my biggest complaint would definitely be that it was way too long, 160 minutes. There's an IMDb board that says this movie could have been made in 30 minutes. I don't really disagree with that. It could have been. I think an hour or 45 minutes would have been perfect for this movie, because it's him for 2 hours floating around. You can see how that would be a problem. I mean, they could still have all the scenes in there, but it would be just a lot faster paced, and there wouldn't be as many recycled scenes, if any, which there's a ton of in this movie. I do not like that. I do not like that, Sam I am. Anyway, so he's floating around, he sees how his death is affecting people. And it is very disturbing, I'd say. Doesn't have really disturbing scenes like Irreversible or I Stand Alone, but alright, spoiler, his sister gets an abortion, which is kind of sad if you see the fetus and everything. His friend's homeless. Victor's kicked out of his house. I'm not exactly going to explain that. And yeah, so this is a very colorful movie, and apparently it could only have been made by the success of Irreversible, and I could definitely see why, because this movie looked like it had to be made like with a ton of money. This is definitely Gaspar's most ambitious effort, probably his most well regarded. I know Irreversible was, but it was also panned by critics because, you know, mainstream people are pussies. Let's face it. Human Centipede, come the fuck on. Anyway, enough about that. The acting is good in this movie, very good. I wish Monica Bellucci could have been in this. I don't know, like I said, she's hot. And it seems like most of the characters in this movie are dirty, I guess you could say. I don't have too many... No, yeah, I'd say they have redeeming qualities, but they live in a seedy life. Lots of drugs, lots of illegal sexual stuff. Well, maybe not illegal, but like I said, seedy. Like his sister's a stripper slash prostitute. And this movie's the most spiritual. Even though Gaspar claims he's not religious at all. Which I highly fucking bullshit. Especially at the end, okay? Spoiler. The end, he basically gets reincarnated into his sister's, he becomes his sister's baby, is pretty much what is implied at the end. Which I very much like that ending. Okay. One of the other things I complain about with this movie is that it became too pornographic, to say the least. At the end, there's a scene at Love Hotel. Yeah, you like the way I say that? And it's basically just Oscar's spirit going around into other people's rooms and watching them have sex very graphically, like there's dildos and shit. And we see Alex and his sister, and that's where he enters her. Sorry. And there's a scene where we see the dick going in and out. This is inside the vagina, and we see the guy come. And he follows the semen and goes to the egg, and he's born. And I'm going to sound like a queer, but I like that, where he's inside the vagina, and then he becomes his sister's baby. I thought it was a very interesting scene. One of the probably the most memorable scene in this movie, besides all the vibrant colors that are just in my head. Like, my Call of Duty emblem is kind of based on this movie. Anyway, spoiler done. Victor in this movie is a PAB. For those of you that don't know what a PAB is, it is a pussy ass bitch. This guy is just, he's whiny, he cries a lot in this movie, and I had no sympathy for him. I had a little bit of sympathy, but not a lot of sympathy. I mean, he's the reason why Oscar's dead, okay? And I liked Oscar, he was a nice guy. And there's a scene where he tries to apologize to his sister for basically killing Oscar, and just goes disastrously. And like Victor's like bawling his eyes out and stuff. Like the rapist in Irreversible, I wanted him to die too. I didn't give a shit. Well, I did give a shit. I wanted him to die. Anyway, enough about that. I'm sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, let's continue with the movie. Yeah, like I said, this movie could have been a lot shorter. I mean, 160 minutes. I watch most of my movies at night, so I was on the verge of sleeping. Which shouldn't happen when you're watching a movie made by Gaspar Noe. Anyway, that's the biggest complaint about this movie. Most definitely. I mean, 2.5 hours when it could have been made with 1 hour of footage. Anyway, guys, if you like this, I'll do another director if you want me to. If you guys recommend me one, I'll do it, I guess. If I have the DVDs, I'll do it. Or if I've seen them. I might do a Rob Zombie one. I really like his movies. So that'd be like House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Halloween. That sounds good. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please comment. I make these videos for you guys, and then you don't have any input in them, and it just kind of like, just say like, good job, you suck, recommend me to someone, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching this. I could not recommend Gaspar enough for his movies, especially if you like disturbing movies. Check out these 3. Thank you guys for watching, and for those of you that live in Chicago, you're watching this, hopefully we have a storm tomorrow. I will be psyched if we have a storm tomorrow. I want to get out of school. I already had an early release. So, yeah, let's have that happen, okay? And for the rest of people in the U.S. and around the world, just cheers and good luck. Thank you guys for watching this. This has been a Squirrel Face review. See you guys later.